You are way overthinking it, and it shows. I think we overthink things so much that we don't even do what we set out to do because we've overthought the whole thing. It is okay to fail. It is okay to post something and it flop. It is okay to try something new and you be bad at it. It is okay to go on a new adventure and not enjoy it as much as you thought you would. I was very much bad at this when I first started my UGC journey because I assumed that everything needed to be aesthetic, everything needed to look prim and proper. I needed this whole like filming studio, which was not the case, but it still just prevented me from even posting the first thing for a long time because I overthought every aspect. I overthought the lighting, I overthought the concept, I overthought the shots, I overthought the script, I overthought the clothes that I was wearing. I overthought every aspect of the first video that I ever posted, and I've looked back now and yeah, it's terrible and the lighting does suck and it's kind of cringe, but guess what? I posted it. And I think it's important for us to remember that the more we overthink, if that becomes a barrier to us actually doing anything, whether it is the wrong thing, whether it is the cringe thing, whether it is the thing that doesn't look great, if we can't get past that and post it, you just won't do it. Complicating things now just means that it's delaying your start. And really and truly, the only way that you get better at something is if you continue to do it. You do it over and over again, and then you start to learn, oh, I don't like the lighting. I need to fix that. Oh, I actually don't like how I wrote that script. Next time I'll do it different. But the key thing here is the next time. Oh, I'll fix that, meaning that you've already started somewhere and now you get to grow in whatever it is that you're doing that you hesitated because you overthought it. I also think that when we overthink things, a lot of times it's because what if I niche down, or what if I change, or what if I want to post something new? That's called growth, and that's okay too. It is okay to evolve and your style change and your editing change and what you're doing change and your goals change. Like, that is literally growth. And so social media is always changing. Brands do rebrands all the time. Why can't you do a rebrand? Even if it's a month in, 2 months in, 6 months in, 6 years in, it is okay for you to do a rebrand. Not only that, but you could be overthinking all of these things and literally none of them happen, or only half of them happen, or it's not as bad as you think. Our brain does such a weird thing when it comes to overthinking, and we're always thinking worst case scenario. Our brain always goes to the absolute craziest thought process when it comes to trying something new or being outside of our comfort zone. But really and truly, it's never as bad as we make it out to be in our head. And so why would we let that, or why would we let this like overthinking stop us from getting closer to the goals or the things that we want? You know what I mean? So let's say your goal is to become a full-time content creator, or you want to get into UGC, or I don't know, even you want to get a promotion at work. I try and make my content not so specific to content creation in UGC because I think it can apply to anyone, but then I also am like, what else position would that be in? So either way, let's say your goal is to become a full-time content creator. Your brain is obviously going to think of every worst possible scenario in the world. What if everyone I know sees it? What if it's cringe? What if it doesn't do well? What if I look stupid? What if my friends see it and then I become a joke? What if people who I used to know in high school see it and it's a joke? Who cares? For one, that's a huge thing. Who cares? But on top of that, what if no one does? You're not a huge influencer on day one, so just block everyone if you're really that worried about it. But even if you start a brand new page, what is the likelihood that someone is going to see it? What is the like maybe you're overthinking that, no offense, but they even care that much about you. Like, our brain really does go to absolute worst case scenario in those situations, and it just hinders us from doing what we want to do. And then in all actuality, half of that doesn't even come to fruition and nothing happens. So we overthought it and we delayed for nothing. What you have that you can do in this situation is, yeah, you can think worst case scenario. You can think everyone's going to see it, make fun of me, and judge me, or you can think it's not going to work out and then I'll look stupid, or you can also think best case scenario, you know? You can think, wow, I could do everything that is on my heart to do. I could really utilize this as a creative outlet. Or wow, I really actually did get that PR deal. Or wow, I actually did get to work with my dream brand. Or whatever it may be. Think in best case scenario. Think, oh, I would much rather be a full-time content creator than go work my 9 to 5. So maybe the best case scenario is that not only do I get to quit my 9 to 5, maybe I'm making triple what I was making at my 9 to 5. Your mindset changes everything. And so if we can change our overthinking negatively into overthinking positively, it just makes such a world of difference. But it also just allows for so much more of what you want to actually flow to you when you're just constantly thinking outside the box. Okay, well, I'm worried about people I know might see my content. Okay, well, people I know who see my content are just helping me get views. Or people who I know might see my content and maybe they enjoy it and they love it and they're cheering me on and they don't think it's cringe. You know, changing your mindset like that just means that, one, you maybe will start doing whatever it is that you want to do sooner rather than later because you're not overthinking everything. But maybe you also start to think bigger and you're like, oh, actually, I did post the content and now I can see how I can get better, right? Like I didn't like the lighting, so maybe I can get in front of a window this time. Or I didn't like the script, maybe I can really like sit down and think about what I want to say. Or maybe I want to get into a different style of editing that feels more cinematic or that feels more vlog style. Like then you get to really dive into growing and trying new things. And if that's a field where you end up thriving in and a scenario that you end up just blowing up in, why would you not want to? I'm pretty sure there's a bird on the ground. I don't think you could see it. He was just sitting on the sidewalk. What the heck? Anyways, just changing your mindset and not overthinking everything can be such a huge tool when you are going into something new. So since I love to practice what I preach, back to what I was saying, I am going to either change my overthinking into something positive, and if I can't shift that narrative to something positive, then I'm just gonna have to take a step back and find a new train of thought to go down that is positive and that is not preventing me from overthinking and not doing what it is that I want to do. So let this be your sign. Let this be the universe or God telling you that this is your sign to stop overthinking whatever it is that you are overthinking, and whatever it is that you're overthinking that is not allowing you to cross that hurdle and just start. This is your sign to just do it. Stop overthinking. Worst case, you fail, you get up and you get to try again, right? Best case, it's everything that you hoped for, and you are so glad that you stopped listening to that voice of overthinking and doubt and just did it.